Hi, and welcome back to the Faces of Real Estate. I am so excited for our guest today. I'm Brianne Ika with Workman Success Systems. And today we have Darrell Hudiburgh. He is the broker owner at Real Estate for a Cause in Waterford, Michigan. Darrell, hi.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm so great. I'm so excited to have you with us today.
Yes, I'm looking forward to this today.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your business.
Well, we're a small boutique family-owned brokerage business. We're here in Waterford, Michigan. It's where my wife and I live. I'm the broker owner. I'm not the boss. That's my wife. She is the office manager. One of my agents is our daughter, our oldest daughter, and we have our just a small boutique brokerage that we run here out of Waterford. Our biggest thing of we wanted to be different. Especially over this last year with COVID-19. We have always been involved in charity organizations like a lot of people are, and realtors are. They are probably the most generous group of people out there. They're always willing to help the community. We just found a way that how we could do it better. So what Real Estate for a Cause stand for is that every one of our agents in the brokerage gives back a portion of their compensation on every closing with every client to a local charity that we have vetted in our client's name. Doesn't cost our client anything. So we take a percentage of our compensation and donate it back to a local charity. And that way we can help impact the community. What we have found is that, especially in our community, is that people are willing to help. They just knew how. We're just giving them an avenue to help.
I love that. So do you let the agents decide what percentage of their commission will go towards that charity, or is it like a set number?
Yes. We vet the charities because and no offense to other charities out there, we want it to have a local impact, right? We want it to be something that we know it's going to help make an impact. We did not want them to pay an admin fee or to pay the president of their charity organization or anything. We wanted to where they could actually make a difference. So what we do is we sit down and we interview with the charities and ask them, where's the money going for? What could you use for? Or more importantly, they may have a special cause they're trying to use. I mean, like I said, my daughter is real big into adopt a pet. Okay, so she knows when she does an event, she gets involved. We want involved in that charity. We go to their board meetings, we go to their events, we help them set up for their events because we found out if you're passionate about something, it's a charity you can really get close with. Then you're able to give your time a lot better. And like I said, the money, anybody can write a check. We want to be involved in that community and we want to be involved in that charitable organization. So, example, I'm part of United Veterans of Michigan. So with that is that I try to go to all of our events. I'm a board member on that event. So we do a lot of fundraising and things like that. So we get our veterans out hunting and fishing to deal with PTSD. That takes a lot of money and a lot of effort because we don't want the veterans to have to pay for it. So we do it 100% cost free. And so we not only want to be able to write that check, we also want to be able to be an impactful on that charity and be a good partner with them.
That's so cool. What an awesome thing. So I love the local impact that you're having. Do you have, so each of your agents, do they get to pick their own charity and then you guys go through and vet them? Or do you have like, okay, these are our 5 that we're going to focus on? What does that look like?
We have on our websites, we have a list of charities that we've already had partnerships with. Now I don't want to say we're always looking for new charities,
Yeah.
but because we don't want to be just so big, but we do also involve our client in that. These are the charities that we have vetted, but every once in a while we'll get someone say, look, my brother or my sister and everything has cystic fibrosis, right? Okay. Which is a big national thing. All right. But they have a local chapter. So let's get in contact with that local chapter and let's talk to them. Can we help an impact for there? So we want it to be a meaningful donation for the client that's something that's passionate about them, but also for the local charity. So we'll do big national donations on them. We have some that love the St. Jude. We know St. Jude goes 100% to that. So by doing that, that makes it, we don't mind going to that because that's already been vetted 100 times over. So we try to keep it locally, but sometimes the client is that it is a personal experience for them. And since it's being done in their name, then yes, we want them part of that decision.
I love that. That's so cool. What a neat thing. So you said that your wife is in charge. Tell me her
Oh,
name.
yes. My wife is Kitty Hudiburgh.
Kitty?
Yep.
Awesome. So I love that she's in charge. Tell me kind of what she does for the company.
She retired last year after over 30 years in banking. And after a few months of that, that's when we decided that, hey, look, she wanted to go back to work. I said, well, I can definitely use you. So after running banks for many, many, many years, the office role fit perfect in there. She is the true office manager, utility go-to person. She keeps us on schedule. She keeps me in budget because I mean, I'm a realtor. I like shiny new things. Hey, we should go do this. No, you can't do that. So she keeps me in check. We're kind of the yin and yang. She helps us with our marketing. She helps with our agents, setting up, making sure that we're constantly running training programs, that we have everybody's keeps the communication level with everything there. Plus, she's sitting there for whenever our clients call that, hey, look, I need to get a hold of this person or whatever. So she's kind of she's the mom. She keeps everything going.
I love that. Every office needs an office mom. I think that's
Yes.
fantastic. So you guys have a big family.
We have 5 kids between us. But like I said, thank God they're all grown and born and everything. But yeah, we did incorporate into this because we have one daughter that's a real estate agent with us. Then the others are all in their own professional careers, but their career kind of fits with us. Is that I have a son that, with COVID, he's still working at home from home. So he actually does our sign installs. Our other son works for an IT department at the bank. So when we have IT problems, we just call him. All of our graphics, as you see in that, for our logos and things, we have a daughter that last year graduated from Lawrence Tech University as a graphic designer, so she makes all of our graphics for us. And
Perfect.
so we just kind of keep it in the family.
That's so cool. I love that. It's so fun when a family gets to work together like that. It's a lot of fun.
Yep, we keep family a family and business a business. And there's times that it does get to be hard. That it's like, is this dad speaking or is this the broker or is this my boss speaking? So
Yeah.
usually we just defer to mom.
Just let her handle it and take care of it
Yep.
from there. I like it. So tell us about Waterford. Tell us about the community that you live in.
Waterford is a city that I fell in love with. As you can tell from the accents, I'm not from Michigan. I grew up in the South in Oklahoma and Texas. I came up here, Jiminy, 19 years ago on a 5-year plan. My plan was to be up here for 5 years and move back to Texas, Oklahoma area. Didn't happen. Real estate happened, and I've been loving it ever since. But I fell in love with this community. Waterford is for those that don't know, Waterford, Michigan, it's in between Flint and Detroit. So we're in the suburbs of both. But it is probably the most close knit community that people help each other. We have 38 lakes right here in Waterford. And so I can be on a lake and go fishing, do whatever I want within 5 minutes from my house. We also, being in Waterford, Michigan, and the nice thing about being from Michigan, within 2 hour drive, anywhere in the state of Michigan, you can be at a Great Lake, where there'd be Lake Erie and everything. So we have it all, and we sell all over real estate. We sell down the Detroit area. You want to go be in Detroit, which is a thriving downtown that's building and rebuilding. We want to go up to Canada, I can be over there in an hour. I want to go up in the mountains, I can go up north to the UP. We're also a peninsula state. We're one of the few states besides Florida and them that we actually a peninsula. We have an upper peninsula. Beautiful areas up there. But Waterford, it is a lot of small businesses that everybody just kind of helps each other. We have a lot of local restaurants, great cuisine. We have a very nice school system. We have 2 high schools. It is just a wonderful, small, close-knit community. But if I want to go to the big town or go out on the town and everything, I can. But if I just want to stay local, I can go to our local comedy club. I can go to our local steakhouse, and you pretty much know a lot of the people in there, and they're always willing to help.
That's so awesome. It sounds like such a great place. I've been to the Upper Peninsula, but I think I've been to Detroit just once for some work stuff, but I mean, it sounds beautiful and I love Michigan. It really is one of the most beautiful places.
It
So
is.
that's so cool. It sounds like such an amazing community, especially that there's so many small businesses and I just love that everyone looks out for each other.
Yep.
So you talked about people don't care what you do until they see that you care. So tell me
Correct.
a little bit more about that.
Well, when I like everybody else, when I got into real estate, I didn't know nothing. I mean, I really didn't. So I came off of the retail business, automotive industry, and I knew how to work 80 hours a week. That's the retail industry, right? So I took that same concept to learn about real estate. And early on, I learned very quick. People didn't care at all what I knew, didn't know how much knowledge I had. They had to know that I cared about what I knew. So one of the things we try to do in our brokerages is that we make sure that our agents, we want them to be professional realtors. We want you to have the education, and so that you can be very smart about talking about know the market now. But it isn't all about stats and numbers. You have to care about your customers. You have to care about that community. You have to care, and that's about what you're actually helping and putting that customer first. Because I can go to appointments all day long. If they don't think that I don't care about them, they don't care what I know. They don't care what my knowledge is and everything. That value is that you have to be passionate about what you're doing. So that's one of the things we try to ingrain into our agents and even other agents, is that, hey, look, just care about what you're doing. Give it 100% on what you're doing. Have a passion behind it. Don't just be about the money in that. If you show people that you care about your community, you show about what's happening, care about what's happening on, they will eventually find out real easy that you actually know what you're doing and you know what you're doing. And so by doing that, then like I said, because they really don't care what you know until they know that you care about them.
Yeah, I love that. So what advice would you give to a newer agent that maybe feels like they're being inauthentic by like over caring or over showing what they're doing?
You be yourself. Okay. I mean, whatever your characteristics, and I have agents that we have different characters, right? I mean, but real estate really is a service industry. If you're doing real estate to make money, you can, but that's your driving force, you're going to burn out. You're just flat going to burn out. Money runs out. Money does not solve it. But if you're doing it because you're doing it from a service before anything else, then you know you're servicing that client. You're servicing everything. They actually become your friends before you know. You actually care more about getting the deal done, not because of the money, because you want to see them get the house they want. And it hurts whenever you can't do it. And like I said, that's when you know that you're putting yourself out there every day. You can't be afraid of rejections. This is not a popularity contest. But it's really biggest advice I can give new agents is control what you can control and adapt to the rest. I don't believe in problems. I believe we just ain't found the right solution.
I love that. Very awesome. So you have two nonprofits that you are really passionate about. Can you talk to me about both of those? So it's the United
Yes.
Veterans and Blessings in a Backpack.
Yeah, the United Veterans of Michigan is, like I said, being a veteran myself, is that it just was a natural draw, right? Is that we take people out on, take veterans out onto excursions, whether that be hiking, whether that be nature trails, or if they want to go fishing or hunting. All they have to be, they want to take them fishing. We have probably 16, 17 boat captains. We
Wow.
treat them like it's a royal event. I mean, we feed them. All they got to do is bring a license. We'll supply the poles. Once they bring their favorite pole, we don't care. But we'll bait the hook. We'll do whatever we can to make that enjoyment. And what we have found with that is that veterans are not a protected class, but they don't like to talk about if they're having trouble. So a lot of them come back and they're PTSD, even if they served in peacetime. Okay. But they will talk to another veteran. It's a brotherhood. So we can get them out on the water or we can get them into a hunting blind and just have a normal conversation like you and I. And then we start reminiscing about, yeah, when I was in, and then, well, you were a Marine, you were an Air Force. So, of course, the rivalry starts, but it opens people up. And I can't tell you how many letters, phone calls that we've gotten from veterans, from family members and even the veteran themselves said that, hey, you know what? Thank you. It was just nice to be around. Because when you get out of the service, you kind of lose that connection. You lose that brotherhood that someone had your back. So we just want to know that they're there. And it's a full 100% nonprofit with our board members. None of us take a dime. We do it out of a labor of love. My second one is my wife actually got me into it. It was Blessings in a Backpack. And I was shocked that there are children today in our wonderful country that the only time, and I'm probably going to cry through this, that they get to eat is at lunch at school. They don't get food on the weekends. Mom and dad don't have the money or for whatever reason. So Blessing the Backpack is a national organization. And God, I'm sorry, Cheryl, if I say this wrong, but I believe they started out of Tennessee. Okay. And what it is that it is this, you have to get the school to get involved with it, being a principal and a teacher, get them to approve it, and then you have to fund it. It's roughly $10,000, okay, 400 per 100 student, and anybody that's eligible for the lunch school program, okay. is eligible for blessings in a backpack. So what we do is that the blessing in the backpack sets everything up is that we go to the local school, and it can be high school, kindergarten, elementary, all the way through, and go through that school. And then on Fridays, we pack up food, macaroni and cheese. So they have enough food for the weekend, and it goes home into a backpack to the kids for the weekend to take it. One school that we have is that we had over 400 eligible students here in Waterford that was available. And it just broke my heart. Is that how could we allow that? Well, this was an avenue that somebody came up with. And I encourage everybody, get with your local school. If they have not get a hold of this in the backpack, they will help you charter that. And we'll spend 2 days a week. One day is unloading the warehouse. And again, this is about our community. We have a local moving company. They go to the local store and they use their moving trucks like you see on the big long 26 footers to load up all that food and go to these elementary schools to drop them off at the schools. And then we sort them, and then we start packing the backpacks from there. But they donate that time. And so that's how close knit the community is. And we never know who's going to show up. We have the mayor of our town comes up and does it with us, and it's not for political reasons. He's that passionate about helping the area. So it is cool. You get to meet a lot of new friends, and you just feel good knowing that somebody's being fed.
That's so awesome. I love that it's not just about giving the money, that you're
It's
so heavily involved in these charities.
Yes. Yeah. And that's the whole thing is that I didn't want to just become a check. And we wrote checks for thousands of dollars. We wrote checks for $50. It all depends on the price of the sale. It's not about the check, but I can tell you $50 goes a long way on a lot of these charities. I mean, we have one there at it's a bed program for people that need help furnishing their house with kids. Okay. $100 donation virtually will fill them with 2 beds for 2 kids. That is not much, but it goes a long way.
Yeah, that's so cool. And I love that you guys are actually, and it sounds like your team is all engaged in all of these different causes as well. It's not, hey, we're going to close a few houses and donate the commission checks, but we need to go actually out into the community and get involved and figure out how we can help with them.
And that's exactly, and it's a requirement. We are very selective on who we bring. Because you have to agree, you have to buy into the philosophy, you have to buy into the care, and we're not for everybody, and we get it, and that's fine too. There's many different ways to sell real estate. We just found an avenue that we can enjoy our life and enjoy giving back. And because a lot of us, I mean, even brand new agents, you have more time than money, right? Because you're getting into a new adventure, but you can make an impact in your community just with your time. And that's kind of what we want. We like the way they do it.
Very cool. So do you have a goal for how much time or money you want to give back in a given year?
Every dime I got. Seriously, I mean, my wife yells at me. That's why she runs the books, because I'm serious. If I had my way, I would work for free. I mean, if I believe in that charity and that, but we really don't have goals on it, other than we know that we want, each one of us have our individual goals, what we want ourselves. So between the 2 brokerages and our parent brokerage, which is up in Grand Blanc, on it, I am proud of that. We've been in business for 3 years for the whole brokerage. We have donated over $90,000 in 3 years.
Congratulations.
That's through small community impacts. And so we don't really set a goal. We like to, we kind of say to each other, hey, let's see if we can get $20,000 this year. Okay. But that's, it's really just more of go out, show the people you care, do the best that you possibly can, take every client personal, and go from there, and the rest will fall in place. And if the money's there, we get donations from people that it's what's so amazing is that you're writing that check. Okay, we're making it out to places in the backpack. Well, you know what? Thank you for doing that. Let us go. We want to contribute another $20 or $50 or whatever to it. So we get donations off of the donations off of the donations.
Wow.
And it's just a domino effect. And and all you're trying to do is help that community.
That's so amazing. So tell me about the impact on the community that you feel that this has had.
I know that we do a lot of fundraisers and everything like that for them. Is that unfortunately I seem to have the reputation, and I tell them I'm not the guy, but I'm a guy that probably knows the guy because we're constantly out in the community. So whether it be, hey, look, we need to do a fundraiser because, like Pleasant Bank, we're going to have a golf charity event. So yeah, I'll spend a lot of time trying to get golfers. So the more money we can raise with it, it also brings the community together. We're trying to put a barn, good old fashioned adult um, hoedown together. Just have rent a barn, everything, have no dance and prom night dance party just for adults. Okay.
That's
So we're trying to
fantastic.
work on something like that. And our idea behind that is that it ain't necessarily about the charity that's going to and the money that's going to be raised, but you get to see your neighbor that you've never met. You get to see who that local florist that you're using. You get to see everybody there, and you get to actually see the people in the community that ain't necessarily in the news all the time or on TV all the time. So that's kind of bring that community support. So I think we do a good job of trying to bring events together like that.
Very cool. So what about the impact on your team or your brokerage?
It's we are very blessed. Is that did not realize when we started doing this the impact it was having and the I don't want to say accolades, but the business that our charities send us or the thank yous and all that was never the intention. It just kind of developed into that. And there's not a better feeling than watching my agents get involved into a charitable organization and just watch them run and go and build and grow. That is that it really, when we have our meetings, that's the first thing we talk about is our charities. Hey, I got this charity event coming up. We're going to be doing this, or I've got this coming up. And we'll eventually get to the real estate stuff. But most majority of the beginning of the meetings are that, hey, look, this is what we got going up. And then you're inspiring by others. I need some help doing this. I mean, it's really crazy. We had a guy that did a charity run, one runner from Lansing to Flint, which is like
Wow,
62 miles, ran that in 6 hours. So it was really big event watching him do that. He was what they call it extreme runners. So to watch our agents get involved into that and excited about that is that, hey, look, and just knowing that maybe you get somebody else involved if it changes help one person and they see that, they've seen that light bulb go on.
that's awesome. Okay. And then I think one that's really important is the impact that it's had on your family.
It's made us closer, even though working with your family can sometimes be a problem. I mean, there's a reason there's a wall between my wife's office and mine. I couldn't do this without her. I have to have the support of my family. They have to be able to they put up with the long hours. They put up with the spur of the moment. I've got to go right out here and do this. And the same thing. I've watched my wife at night. We go home and 11 o'clock at night, she's still working on marketing material. There is, it's funny. We just had this conversation this morning with one of our other agents is that you kind of take for granted your family too, as there's times that both of us, and probably more me, I will say something to her that I would not say to somebody else. Like if that was an actual true advent, I would never speak to him that way because of that. So I have to watch that, and we do have to watch that. That is, we try to keep each other's in our roles. My wife is not a licensed real estate agent, does not want to be, and that helps because I can take care of the real estate and she can take care of the office and the business. And as long as we stay in our roles, then we're in good shape. Biggest problem she has is when I want to go spend money and I tell her I want to go do this, she has to tell me no. That's not the always easiest thing to do is tell me no, because I'll try to go figure out a way to do it.
Yeah, I love it. So what are your
And
plans
making
with
it
your,
family.
yeah. What are your plans with your charities going forward?
Our goal for our charities is to we kind of have our own individual goals with them is that we want to see more people get involved in them charities. We want to see you take blessing in a backpack. I want to see, even with the governor's orders, we can have so many people, we're limited how many people can help pack now. But when all these orders get lifted because of COVID, I would love to see all of our community out there. I'd love to see them, helping. We're always looking for volunteers. All these charitable organizations are looking for volunteers. So I want to see them grow. I want to see them be able to do things that they've never imagined of doing before because A, they didn't have the money, or B, didn't know how to get the fundraising done. And it's just really, I want to see all of our charities that we partner with take something they're passionate about. They've seen a need in the community and they went after and got it, and we want to help them get there.
Awesome. So how would you recommend agents or brokers get started if they wanted to make a difference?
Get with any local charities you have, the Chamber of Commerce. Social media is great. We get contacted through our website and through social media all the time that, hey, this charity here, I thought maybe you guys can maybe fits in your wheelhouse. Would you guys be willing to help us? It's easier to start with established charities or start your own. I have no interest in starting my own charity because I don't ever want there to be a conflict of interest. I don't know if I have enough time. But find something you're passionate about. If you're passionate about kids, go find a local Kiwanis club. Go find the Optimist Club. They're always looking. But don't just be that person in that meeting or in that club that, yeah, I'm sitting there at the meeting and I'm hearing and all this. Get involved. Get out in there. The Optimist Club they take, my wife's a member of them. They take kids fishing. They do a fishing derby. Get involved. Go help them. Find out. Ask. They will tell you if they need help, and they will be glad to bring you on. Trust me. It's almost like a full-time job in itself.
I love that. That's so awesome. You said at the end of the year, we sent you a questionnaire, and one of the last things you said was to be the spark that lights the fire.
Yes.
And I love that.
It is. I don't have ideas. I take other people's ideas or I see a need, and then it's try to implement them. That's the biggest thing I've seen. Even when I got in real estate, I heard all these seasoned agents, and I had great mentors and trainers and worked with a bunch of great people. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't because of them. But I had to hear ideas of that. Well, yeah, I need to. I think I'm going to call these people today, or I think I'm going. I would like to do this, or I would like to donate to this. Well, the difference is wanting to do something and doing it. Don't be afraid to take a chance. Okay. And that's kind of the way I look at failures. We failed at a lot of things. Trust me. There's a lot of things that didn't go the way we thought they would, but you learn from that. And well, we could have done that different. And that's taking that idea. I just want to spark someone's interest. Maybe it's that veteran that, hey, you know what? I do snow skiing or I do extreme skiing. I'd like to take veterans out there to do that. Maybe it's that, you know what, I really want to help that kid, and maybe they adopt a family, and because they went to Blessing the Backpacker, they went to a Kiwanis meeting or a Optimist Club meeting, and seen that there's a need there that I'm in a position I can do more. So that's the spark I'm talking about. That can you give more than what you have?
Awesome. Very cool. Darrell, I love what you're doing. And thank you so much for giving back to your community and for all that you're doing with your brokerage and your team. And I love it. I think that it's so amazing that we have such incredible agents out there that truly are passionate about making a difference and that want to give back. And so just thank you so much for all that you're doing.
Thank you. And I appreciate you guys giving us the recognition. I know that was a lot of work for you guys, and love what you guys do on spotlighting think people are making difference in that community. And I want to thank all of you guys for that there. From our brokerage, from our heart to you guys, keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much.